Good morning and a warm welcome to the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Stadium here in Suryaweva, Hambantota. We are ready for the first game, the first ODI between the West Indies women's team and the Sri Lanka women's team. We are ready for the all-important toss. We have the two captains, Chamari Atapattu and Hayley Matthews, along with the ICC match referee, that is Vanessa De Silva. So we'll have the toss. I think Chamari will toss the coin.
Heads.
Heads is the call. Tails has come down, so Chamari has won the toss. And Chamari, what have you decided to do?
We can ball first.
Any specific reason regarding that, Chamari?
I'm pretty confident about my bowling unit, so that's why we choose ball first.
Looks a very good surface overall, dry, hard surface, lots of runs on offer, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think best batting team will be win in the game, but we try to execute our right plan, right time.
Well, good luck to you, Chamari, and the team for the game.
Thank you. Thank you very
much. Hayley, you have lost the toss. If you had won, what would you have done?
Yeah, well, actually, if we had won, we were going to have a bat first either way. So pretty happy to go out there. It looks a really good batting wicket and a really good deck. So I think we're quite confident that we can go out there and hopefully put up a good score.
What do you think is a good score to put up on this sort of a service, being the first game of the series?
Yeah, I think we're probably setting our sights on 250 plus. Anywhere north of there, I think in our Pakistan series we were able to get that in 2 of the 3 games. So yeah, I think we're pushing to just make sure we're north of that.
Good luck to you, Hayley, and the team for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
So that's the news from the centre. Chamari Atapattu has won the toss and elected to field first.
Ricky was spot on. Due to the uncertainty, though, the pitch looks really good for batting. You never know how it behaves, so Chamari Atapattu very wisely decided to bowl first.
There you see the West Indian lineup: Matthews, Campbell, Williams, Taylor, Nation, Henry, Alain, Fletcher, James, Ramharak and Connell. So that's the West Indian lineup. There you see the Sri Lankan lineup for today's game. Chamari Atapattu the captain, Gunaratna, Samra Wickramathilake Silva, Dilhari, Pereira, Sanjeevani, Prabodhani, Kolasurya, Ranavira and the Sanayaka. It will be interesting.
Lush green, very well manicured outfield. I'm sure there will be value for your shots. If the batter stays, they can pretty much play through the line. Bounce will be very even. So tough task ahead for Sri Lanka bowlers.
Well, remember we got 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals to be played between these two teams. That's Hayley Matthews, who's opening the innings. She's the captain of the West Indies team. She's on strike. There you see the statistics. 84 matches, 2,396 runs, highest score of 141, average of 31.12. Strike rate of 71.6 and 606 50s. A brilliant performance, isn't it, Damika?
She's been a very consistent performer for West Indies throughout the years, and that's Rashida Williams. Very enterprising, very adventurous, a right-handed batter. And remember that 141 came in the very last innings. There you go, the figures: 32 matches, averaging 16.7. You would say she'll be working on that, increasing her average. 2 evenly matched teams.
She too had got 450 odd runs. That's the first delivery. Achini Kulasurya is the bowler. She'll be opening the attack for the Sri Lankans. His best being 78. Might be wanting to repeat a performance like that. That's driven firmly between cover and extra. They go for 1. But Matthews was down on the ground, so they decided to stay with 1.
Good piece of fielding.
Williams on 6, Matthews on 1. West Indies 7 for no loss. We're in the 3rd over of the day's play.
Beautiful piece of bowling, loud shout, and Sri Lanka picks up the first wicket. Kulasurya persisting with outside the off stump length Little bit of movement, all it needs to take the outside edge. Williams scored the boundary, looking enterprising. She got to work back. Sri Lanka making serious inroads.
So there you see the replay of that, taking the outside edge, and wicket keeper Anusha Sanjeevani taking up a good catch. So dismissed Rashida Williams. So West Indies losing their first wicket at 7. Williams got 6 of those, caught by Sanjeevani of Kulasurya.
Deputy skipper Shemaine Campbell in at number 3.
Sri Lankan bowlers up to now have done pretty well. Just given away only 7 runs, getting the wicket of Rashida Williams. That's short, pulled away this time, but there is a fielder, but I doubt very much she could get around it. That's gone to the boundary for 4. So Matthews gets her first boundary. With that boundary takes his score on to 11, and Matthews moves on to 5.
As you just saw, margin for error minimal. Slightly outside the off stump. Matthews swivel on her back foot. Nicely worked away for the second boundary for West Indies. Dangerous. Matthews is on the move.
This time short and cut away nicely by Matthews. That's going towards the boundary. 4 more runs to the total. 4 more runs to Matthews, taking the score on to 17, and Matthews herself going on to 9. So that's the end of that over. So it's 5 gone. West Indies 17 for 1 after being put into bat.
There you go. For the first time, Kulasurya providing some width outside the off stump, and like we mentioned earlier, Hayley Matthews needing no invitation, spanked it for another boundary. Good way to complete the 5th for West Indies.
Powerfully down the ground, that could be 4. With the field in the 30-yard circle due to the power play. Campbell this time, that was a foolish delivery. And hitting it straight. Very interesting technique for Campbell. You could see that one. There you go, just moving a left leg away towards the leg side to get that bit of a room she was looking for. And a lot of bottom hand in that shot for Shemaine Campbell.
Yes, Tamikan, we've seen them do so in recent series. We've seen the rest of the side stepping up. A lovely late cut there by Shemaine Campbell. Very well played, and now the boundaries are starting to flow for the West Indies. As I said earlier, the run rate won't worry them because they know that they can switch gears at ease. And Shemaine Campbell, a very delicate late cut there.
When Sri Lankan bowlers not providing width. Sri Lanka were hoping a wicket. Hayley Matthews played.
This is all they've got to do at this juncture. And Hayley Matthews, that's a brilliant lap sweep there. Now it's showcasing her judicious range of strokes. We know she has a very expansive game, Hayley Matthews. That was a brilliantly played lap sweep. You can't afford to stray down the leg side to Hayley Matthews, a player of that caliber.
Sri Lankan bowlers did very well at the start, but then the West Indian 2 batters have taken real control of the game.
Once again, piercing the gap on the offside. That's the 50-run partnership between these two. They're comfortable 2 runs.
So 59 for 1, West Indies, after 16 overs. So it's going to be that one put away nicely straight down the bowler's head to the boundary for 4. So Hayley Matthews lofting it over the bowler's head, gets a boundary there, taking the score on to 63. That's a wonderful shot. Waited for that delivery.
Yes, straight after the drinks break, the very first delivery. Hayley Matthews this time deciding to use her feet straight as a dice. She's very powerful down the ground.
It's a 58-run partnership between these two batters. Matthews had batted 47 deliveries and Campbell 46 deliveries. So this time it's Campbell driving it firmly, getting it through past the extra cover fielder. That's gone to the boundary for 4.
There you go, power, pure power. But I thought that would have cleared the boundary quite easily. But at the end, I think she got the bottom of the bat, and the fielder made a meal out of that one. Should have stopped that. Should have kept the ball in play. Chamari Adapattu, and it was.
Yes, definitely, Ricky. She overran the ball. She didn't judge it properly. Very unfortunate. She would have definitely stopped it. Here you see she overrunning the ball.
You know, it's a place to visit. Sri Lanka, one of the top destinations for travel. And is that the wicket? Well, that was short. That was a long hop. She could have hit that anywhere she wanted to. And all she has done is hit it down the throat of the fielder. What a big wicket this one is. Prize wicket. Who was the catcher? Harshita Samaravikrama. Look at that. She didn't try to hit it too hard. Sort of just thought of working it on the onside. But uppishly played. The fielder just a few yards away from the square leg umpire, straight to her. And even she is surprised. This is a prize wicket. Hayley Matthews. She was looking so good. She'll be disappointed with the shot selection. No doubt about it.
Well, I thought it was so short and the ball was keeping low when she played that shot. Well, definitely she was disappointed with that. It's a loud appeal, but definitely given out by... So that's another wicket. That's a wicket of Campbell for 27. Sanaki getting 2 wickets in this over.
Well, it has been a few last deliveries that have been very good for Sri Lanka. The 2 set players have been dismissed. First the skipper, now the vice captain. That was caught in front, probably going on to hit Midland leg. She was covering her stumps, and umpire De Silva thought that would go straight on and hit that Midland leg. Shemaine Campbell, after a very good 27, departs West Indies 76 for 3. Supporting the Sri Lankan cricketers. Whether it's men's or women's game, we have seen these
There you see the
players.
statistics of Stephanie Taylor. 158 matches, 5,000 odd runs. It's definitely a lot of runs for the West Indies. And Sri Lankans will have to make a note of that. They might be wanting that wicket to be taken as quickly as possible.
Beautifully played with an offer outside the off stump. Stephanie Taylor waiting on that one, just angling a bat to give it direction past that backward point fielder. Sweetly timed, picking up a first boundary for today.
Well, obviously, Ricky, she must be pretty confident. Played 157 games up to now, playing his 158. With an average of 43.72, 171 being her best. That's worked away nicely this time towards the third man boundary. That's gone for 4.
Now this is the pressure release here. The experience of Stephanie Taylor taking on the Sri Lankan captain. Though they have lost 2 wickets in the last over, she's not holding back. She's playing an attacking game. That was that seam up delivery, a quicker one. And Taylor just playing it late, jabbing it towards that slip cordon intentionally. Beautifully played, just using the pace.
The standing umpire, Lauren Augenberg, she is the youngest official to ever oversee proceedings at a World Cup final. And it's brilliant having her here in Sri Lanka. And Stephanie Taylor pierces that gap on the offside. That was placed and timed to perfection by the stalwart of West Indian cricket. flighted once again by Nokaranavira. She hasn't found her groove just yet. And that was perfection in a nutshell, Chandukar.
Yeah, Inoka is one of the most experienced spinners, or rather the bowler in Sri Lankan campaign. She needs to bowl a tight line and length.
Like I said, it's about pacing out the different passages of play during ODI cricket. 50 overs, a long period. Dilhari, straight, goes over the top, finds a gap, and good piece of fielding down at the boundary, restricting for 2 runs. Sri Lanka fielding overall up to the mark.
That's down the leg side. Oh, a wide delivery. Trying to swing it away. Got the top edge. So that's a wicket. Another wicket where Sri Lanka was looking forward for. That's the 4th West Indian wicket to fall. Shadeen Nation going back. That was definitely a poor shot, Dhamika.
Definitely not the sort of a delivery you're expecting a wicket from. Dilhari going for a variation, a leg spinner, sliding down the leg side short, and Nation got bobbed down for a while and got the top half of the bat. Wicketkeeper gratefully accepting Sri Lanka taking another wicket.
Well, the Sri Lankans getting wickets now at the regular intervals. That's what they want to do. The Shadeen Nation walking back, caught by Sanjeevani, the wicketkeeper of Dilhari for 6.
Chanel Henry, a right-handed batter in at 6, looking very strong, and I'm sure.
So she might be wanting to push on with the game, Chanel Henry.
Much better delivery, equally well played. The chase is on. Looks like Vishnu Gunaratne. She's an athlete, quite brisk in the outfield, keeping it down for 2 good bits of fielding.
Officially played. Oh, that's a good catch. That's a very good catch. Held on to it, I think that's a De Silva. Nilakshi De Silva out there at a long off. I thought she made a mess of it, but managed to keep her hands in position to hold on to the ball. Henry looking to clear the boundary at long off. She thought she did, but Nilakshi De Silva coming in from long off. We'll take a look at that one. Holds on to a very good catch. Didn't try to hit it too hard, sort of just a chip. And that was a good catch, no doubt about it. Never easy. There is a stiff breeze that flows across this stadium, and high ball catches are never easy. Well done to Nilakshi De Silva.
Coming in at number 7, Alia Lane.
Made a huge impact. That's a big one down the ground. Didn't time it as expected, but that's enough. Has the legs to take it to the boundary. Alain picking up her first 4 in this innings. Not afraid to take the aerial route, and safe because she went straight over the bowler's head.
Alia Lane to the 4. They have the ability to clear the inner ring with ease, these West Indians.
Who we'll see, we will see definitely in the next few years that who are going to play at this level, at the higher level, and that is what is most promising. Down on one knee. Has she got it into the gap? Yes, quite easily. There were 2 fielders at mid-wicket and a square leg. But Alian split the gap to perfection. She knew exactly where she wanted to put that one. Sweetly timed, well executed. And the boundaries are coming now for West Indies.
Well, no doubt Ramesh Ratnakar should be credited, but also at the same time Sri Lanka cricket also had been done a lot of good work for women's cricket, and a loud appeal and given out LPW. So that's Alia Lane has to go back. She's out for 14. So West Indies lose another wicket at 149. West Indies 149 for 6.
Straight as a dice. Straight in line with the stumps. A lane strong sweeper, played 1 too many. Slightly quicker, fuller, no doubts whatsoever. Hitting leg and middle. Sri Lanka picking up another vital wicket. Atapattu this time, striking. Effie Fletcher, experienced campaigner, right-handed batter, in at number 8.
That's Atabatu to continue this time again. Worked away nicely. Gain a bit of hesitation, and that could be out. That could be very close. Well, it's been referred.
Referral for run out. Give me a best side on, please. That's fine. Tushan, give me the other side, please. Already broken. Okay, thank you. The wicket is broken and the bat was outside the popping crease. I made my decision. Decision is out. Out. Thank you.
That was a run out decision, so Stephanie Taylor has to walk back. Run out. Well, it was given by umpire Ruchira Pandegura, who was the TV umpire.
Zaida James in at number 9, left-handed batter.
There you go. Just chipping that into the offside, looking to steer it away through that gap. It was too full to play that shot for James. Scooped it up into the hands of, I think it was Samara Vikrama once again. Safe hands, comfortable catch. They've already got the boundary in the over, but looking to try and pick up more runs. There you see, it was floated, it was too full. She just could not control it. And gleefully accepted by Samara Vikrama. Zaida James out for 7, 178. So Karishma Ramharak is the new batter out there. Another left-hander in the center, coming in at number 10.
At least trying to restrict them before 190 reaches, and they should be bowling tight like this. Again the same shot. Oh my God, that is a run out. I'm pretty sure they are going to get that wicket.
That's a close one. That's a close one. They will go to the third umpire for sure. Umpire Rujita Palliagurage is our third umpire for today.
Take it back, just back, yeah. Okay, freeze it, freeze it. Roll it forward, roll it forward. Take it back. Tushan, you need to freeze it when the bails are off. Frame. Thank you. I made my decision. Decision is out for the big screen. Out.
That's out. Of Fletcher goes. Samara Vikrama has been brilliant. 2 catches, now a run out. 170 for 9. So Shamilia Cornell.
She bowled a maiden over in the previous one.
A bit of width outside the off stump. Valuable runs. These are golden for West Indies. Ramarak just throwing a bat at that one. Flashing blade. Gets a leading edge. Flies towards that backward point region. And away from the field. So these are important runs by the number 10 and number 11 for West Indies. Every run counts, every run scored here. Sri Lanka have to chase it down.
It goes. Oh,
poor stuff, poor fielding. That's the skipper, isn't it? Poorly judged. She should have stayed on the boundary line and just taken that catch easily. She came rushing towards the ball and got deceived. Then she had to run back. The ball was going over her head and she could not reach it. Chamari Atabatu knows that she made a meal out of that one. She should have taken that comfortably on the boundary and West Indies should have been dismissed. Unfortunate for Achini Kulasurya.
In addition to Kulasurya, I thought, oh, that's a gentle little dab over the slip cordon for a boundary. These are valuable runs. Remember, Kulasurya providing room outside the off stump, and Ramarak says thank you so much. Take a look at it. This is intelligent batting. Opportunity provided and neatly glide that one for a boundary. West Indies would fancy their chances of going beyond 200. Boundaries from time to time. Singles, steady stream.
Tailenders are worth its weight in gold. And this partnership might come back to hurt Sri Lanka. You find a gap there on the offside. Piercing the gap there. And mid-off, Chamari had no chance of retrieving it. These are bonus runs for the West Indies.
You said it. You were spot on, Viren. Those runs will definitely come back to haunt Sri Lanka when they bat. Purely due to the reason when they lost their 9th wicket, West Indies just 5 runs short of 200. That's like, oh yes, this is what we've been talking about right throughout the day. Bowling straight in line with the stumps, and Dilhari picking up her 3rd. Cornell batted well, added 9 and perishes. Sri Lanka managing to restrict West Indies under 200 runs. That's a significant feat.
Yes, and it gives Sri Lanka the psychological edge, as I said earlier. And Chamari and co will be very, very pleased with their outing this morning in Hambantota, with a stacked batting lineup comprising Haley Matthews, Shemaine Campbell, Stefani Taylor. If you gave them 195 prior to the start of play, Sri Lanka would have definitely taken it. Wickets at regular intervals. Sugandhika Kumari was the pick of the bowlers, 3 for 32. But Dilhari was equally brilliant. A 3 for as well, 3 for 41 off her 9.1 overs.
So as Damika said, yes, Sri Lanka have their nose in front. 195 all out. They'll be disappointed that they didn't bat the 50 overs. West Indies, they wanted to get to 250. Sri Lanka thought they should restrict West Indies to 250 or less as well, and they've done so. Just 195. Haley Matthews looked in a very good touch until she was caught at square leg by Samara Vikram of Dasanayaka. Wickets fell. Williams went early. Campbell put up a good partnership. Taylor, brilliant run out. And then Nation, Henry line didn't really get going. Fletcher run out as well. And James didn't last long. Ramarak and Cornell towards the end putting up that 25-run partnership to take them to 195. Kulasurya impressive with the new ball in the power play. 8 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 31. Prabodhini today economical again. 7 overs for 25. Dasanayaka was outstanding. 3 for 29 for 9 overs. Ranavira, she'll be disappointed. Went at over 6 runs per over, 7 overs for 45. But Athapathu 1 for 21. And Kavisha Dillari with the off spinners 3 for 41. Put the stranglehold on the West Indies batters during that middle period. Sri Lanka have bowled out West Indies for 195 and they need 196 to win.
It's 195. It's not going to be easy for Sri Lanka. They should bat well to get this 195 runs. I thought towards the latter part of the West Indian innings, the ball was not coming onto the bat. So the Sri Lankan batters should hang around there, get the singles, twos, and get that odd boundary and bat as long as possible. That's what is needed. There's Vishmi Gunaratne at number 1. She will be joined by the captain Chamari Athapathu. Vishmi Gunaratne, just 18 years of age, been in the Sri Lankan team. There you see Chamari Athapathu, who of course the entire world, women's cricket knows about Chamari Athapathu, picked as the ICC Player of the Year.
She's the main attraction in this series. There's the first ball outside the off stump.
So they got to bat very carefully and sensibly, I would say.
That's an edge. Wicketkeeper and the slip fielder watching at each other. First boundary in fact for Vishmi Gunaratne. living dangerously, luckily in between fielders.
Yes, definitely. That was a bit of luck for Vishmi Gunaratne. Half-hearted attempt by the wicket-keeper. Lucky it went between the wicket-keeper and the slip fielder. That's gone to the boundary. So she's off the mark with that boundary.
Sri Lankan batters should be careful of.
That's again nicely played by Vishmi Gunaratne this time. She gets the gap and sends it into the boundary for 4. So Sri Lankan score moves on to 14 and Gunaratne moves on to double figure. She's on 10.
Full toss, neatly dealt with. Got the placement and the boundary.
In the hot baking sun. Soft hands again, neatly put away into the gap. Didn't try to hit it too hard. All she did was use the pace of the bowler Henry. No third man protecting the boundary. So Chamari Atapattu, lot of skill.
Chamari Atapattu doing exactly what is needed. She's not in a rush. They don't have to be in a rush because their run rate is like very, very low. So they can just take some runs like this. And Vishmi is also doing exactly what doctor ordered. So that's what's important right now.
And she's come a long way since where she started for Sri Lanka at a very young age. And it can't get any better. Batting with her skipper, with one of the best, Chamari Atapattu. A few people watching the game from those grass banks, that's packed. Chamari Atapattu at her very best. You cannot bowl in that area to Chamari Atapattu on her pads and easily put away down to the boundary. So that's 2 boundaries for her in these 2 overs. Give much as possible strike to Atapattu in the power play overs. That's a job for Vishmi Gunaratne. Oh, lucky. Very, very lucky. And Cornell is very unlucky. Big inside edge between the pads and the stumps, and also runs down to the boundary for 4. Can't get any luckier there. Chamari Atapattu, that could have gone on to the stumps any time, any day. So luck with Sri Lanka and Atapattu. A flick again and another boundary. Strain down the leg side, trying to overcompensate that time Cornell. You cannot bowl there with the fine leg in the circle. No protection on the boundary line. And was that another opportunity? Was it off the hands of the fielder?
Like I said, almost she got a wicket from her first ball and it runs down to the boundary. The luck is in the Sri Lanka's corner. We can surely see that. The umpire signaled byes. Beaten the bat and the keeper both, and the ball goes to the boundary.
50 on the board with that wide in the 9th over of play.
Shot. That is an excellent shot, and it was well fielded. It was traveling. It was going for a definite boundary. Some aggression shown by Vishmi Gunaratne. It's a beautiful boundary, and that takes her to 24 out of just 36 balls.
Taking on Hayley Matthews. Vishmi Gunaratne picked a spot earlier. Probably she was trying to go much straighter towards that mid-on region. Dragged it on the onside, and the fielder on the boundary hadn't the gas to stop that one. So important runs for Sri Lanka.
This is some sensible batting because they are getting their runs, getting their singles, getting their doubles.
Chamari Atapattu and the rest of the team for putting together an absolutely brilliant run of results, which keeps them in good stead to qualify directly for the World Cup next year. A brilliant lap sweep by Vishmi Gunaratne. That's class personified.
Vishmi Gunaratne generally very strong down the leg side. This time, gently paddle away for a boundary. excellent batting. You see this often in T20 cricket, and it becomes useful even more in one-dayers.
The weather can be something that you can't really control, so it's important to control the controllables as Chamari Atapattu continues this masterclass. For all viewers tuning in, this is arguably one of the greatest batters, showcasing her prowess.
Very confident looking Sri Lankan dugout. Pitch way shorter than Ramarak expected against a batter of Atapattu's caliber. Piece of cake. 4 more runs. Sri Lanka marching on. 68 for no loss. That one down the leg side. Interesting call whether that one came off the bat or pad. Came off the pad for more runs to the total. Nevertheless, Sri Lanka 72 for no loss. Off the back foot. This is good. Gets it into the gap. There's no stopping. For a moment I was wondering if there's a fielder down at the boundary. Absolutely not. Boundary from the moment it found the gap. West Indies quite clearly have the experience batting wise, and with the ball very gracefully played over the infield for a beautiful boundary. Chamari Atapattu looking gorgeous.
It was absolutely fantastic, Damika, yes. That was a well-timed stroke by Chamari, and taking the attack to Effie Fletcher very early on, realizing that this was a wicket-taking option that Hayley Matthews introduced.
Very deceptive. Short run-up. This time goes area. Fielder comes underneath it and taken neatly. We mentioned Gunaratne from time to time does this. Unfortunately, this time straight to the hands of the fielder, and Sri Lanka loses their first wicket. Vishnu Gunaratne walking back.
By Alia Lane. It's never easy to judge the flight of those miscues. She had mid-on advancing. She had mid-wicket approaching as well, but she was never distracted and completed the job with ease. That was brilliant stuff by Alia Lane. And Vishnu Gunaratne goes for a well-played 40. Unfortunately misses out on what would have been her second half century in ODI cricket.
Harshita Samaravikrama in at number 3, very reliable performer.
Atapattu as Harshita faces. A well-played pull shot by Harshita to get her innings up and running. Once again, brilliant spatial awareness, realized that there was a gap in the deep and it was way too short by a lane, and at that pace it was very easy for Harshita to negotiate that through the leg side. That'll give her a boost in terms of confidence, and I think we haven't referred to this as much, but we're going at a rate of knots.
Definitely no reason to slow down. You said it right, there is talent, there is promise. Sri Lanka cricket, Sri Lanka women's cricket in particular, is on the right track. Atapattu pushed it down the ground for another single to complete the 15th. Sri Lanka exactly 100 runs on the board, having lost a wicket. Things looking very good. Needing 96 runs more. Got 35 overs remaining.
Yes, and what is good about that partnership and the start so far is they have played good cricket, Paulinus. You haven't seen them, but as we speak, beautifully bowled, premeditated by Chamari Atapattu. Before she could deliver that, she was moving away, trying to open her stumps and probably trying to hit it through that offside. But Aline just struck to her wicket-to-wicket bowling method. Keep it straight, you miss, I hit. And she's shattered the stumps. This is a big breakthrough for West Indies. They really needed it. As you see, she moved away from her stumps And Helen ball in the right channel, missed a straight one ultimately. I think she was in two minds, whether to go for a full-blooded shot through the offside or whether to defend. Ultimately decided to defend and missed it completely. Well made 38 of 36. But Sri Lanka have lost both their set batters now. It's 100 for 2.
Kavisha Dilhari, the batter, that's coming in at number 4. Yeah, Harshita Samara Vikrama is also
stumped by a long way. I think, sorry, I have to disturb you, Paulinus. Once again, premeditated. What was Kavisha Dilhari thinking? She just rushed down the track. That pitched, that turned. Good glove work behind the stumps by the wicket keeper. Rashada Williams. Quick to whip off the bails. No chance for Harshika Samara Vikrama. Now this is the trouble for Sri Lanka. They have lost 3 quick wickets. Beg your pardon, Dilhari is the batter out, Kavisha Dilhari. 3 quick wickets in quick session, and now West Indies very well back in this game. It's 101 for 3.
Hasini Pereira is the new batter, coming in at number 5. These two batters got to rebuild the innings. Sri Lanka lost their 3rd wicket at 101. That was of Kavisha Dilhari, was out for naught. That's again nicely played. It's gone towards the boundary, 4 runs. 4 to Hasini Pereira.
Hasini Pereira didn't try to hit it too hard. Just caressed that into the gap. The fielder diving effort could not get a hand onto it. That's a good boundary for Hasini Pereira. Will give her a lot of confidence.
They got 3 quick wickets.
Another one just creeps through between the bat pads and the stumps. She had just given away 5 runs, but the big inside edge and very lucky Hasini Pereira. 4 runs to end the over, 115 for 3.
Will be the most crucial juncture of this innings. Hayley Matthews comes back into the attack. One of West Indies' most experienced campaigners, and brilliantly played lap sweep there by Harshita, showcasing her judicious range of strokes now. She's got her eye in. She read the flight, knew that was straying down the leg side. There was a very vacant fine leg region, which has been a constant throughout this innings. That fine leg region hasn't had much protection, but brilliantly placed. The outside edge on this occasion, just straying past the keeper. Valiant attempt there to try and retrieve it, but there was a vacant slip coordinate. Had there been a first slip, it was straight down first slip's throat. I was just about to say this. I'd like to see West Indies have a more aggressive field and a conventional first slip.
So they just need to take some wickets. I would encourage them to get a wicket by attacking, getting some close infielders, and not letting them take singles like that. Actually, it is not a single. It is a boundary. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, without any risk, Pereira could take the boundary, just playing a simple shot.
That was very, very intentional by Pereira. She knew that there was a vacant gap in the deep. Played with soft hands, and short third man stood no chance.
Work it, Skippy, work it, Skippy!
An outside edge there, deft touch by Harshita. Once again, you always have Stefani Taylor in the mix.
Again, lifting. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. They are giving away free runs. Like, they have such a small target, and it was a wide, and they are getting 5 runs.
Chanduk, I don't blame Hayley Matthews for that. She added some protection on the leg side in the deep. She brought fine leg squarer.
Like to see more people coming into the grounds to see some wonderful cricket, and that's nicely played. Looking for that gap, they're running hard there again, coming for the second.
Mine.
Samara Vikrama with a cheeky little paddle sweep and pick up couple. 150 runs on the board, looking relatively comfortable, still not out of the woods.
No, definitely still not out. West Indies can still come back into the game if they get a couple of wickets soon as possible. I say that could have been quite close. Oh, it's probably... No, it's not going into the referral system.
A large number of dot balls this time, slashed that one for boundary for 4.
Well, one thing I see, Tamika, the body language of the West Indian team looks like they have given up the game right now, because they got to fight hard, try to get a couple of wickets and try to come back into the game. But you see, there's no support for the bowler. The fielders are just watching the ball going in. The body language itself, it looks like the West Indies have given up the game. Definitely a very good scorecard for Sri Lanka. There's the bowling card of the West Indies. Fletcher 1 for 22 and Allen 2 for 22 are the wicket takers, whereas the others, Stephanie Turner, none for 10 of 3 overs, 3.33 the economy rate, and Ramharak 4.67 the economy rate to 3 overs, given away 14 runs.
Whitewashed Pakistan in Pakistan 3-0 in the ODI series. Once again, beautifully played. Played it late, waited on it. Hasini Pereira got the width she was looking for. There were 2 fielders behind square and she had to bisect them. Beautifully done. Absolutely fantastic placement. Once again, very well played. She exposed her stumps and I just thought if she missed that she would have been castled, but she was sure of what she wanted to do. Well executed. You could see middle and leg quite visible to the bowler when she played that shot. She took it from off stump and delicately played another boundary to Hasini Pereira.
The Sri Lankan batters, I nearly jinxed it for them, or have I jinxed it completely? I think I have. I've jinxed it completely, Ricky. The jinx master strikes in Hambantota.
Yes, I think that was too full to play that sweep shot. Hasini Pereira, after another well-made 43, got into the 40s. And given it away. I think a highest score is 47 in ODI cricket. Unfortunately, she couldn't get past that one. That was on middle and leg. The umpire would have thought, yes, that's going to go straight through and clip that leg stump.
Nilaksha De Silva, an experienced campaigner for Sri Lanka, coming in to bat at number 6.
As well, using her experience straight away, down on one knee. And she has swept that front of square for 4 runs. No worries for Nilaksha De Silva. Trust in the wicket, trust in her ability, and off the mark in style.
Nilaksha De Silva, she carries her form with her. That was brilliantly played off your very first delivery, a sign of confidence there. And yes, Ricky, you referred to that victory in South Africa, the highest successful run chase in women's cricket. A record, some brilliant match-winning knocks as of late. Setting the ship for us once again. Overthrows, and these are bonus runs for Sri Lanka. We don't need any freebies, but Hayley Matthews has duly delivered. Samara Vikrama won't complain. That's 4 runs added to her total.
Loose in the field, West Indies now in this game. She was looking to try and get a run out. Oh, the batter was comfortably home. That was not good throw at all, and no one was backing up. There was no chance that the skipper would get to that one behind the crease. Oh, that's high in the air. A slow delivery just floated up. Oh, and that's 4 more. Samara Vikrama taking on the bowler the free hit. It was a slow, loose delivery. She gave it her all. Hit it very high into the skies, but had enough as well when it came to the distance to clear that mid-on fielder. 1 bounce over the ropes for 4. So Harshita, there you go. 40 for 52. Another well-played innings. Another short one, and that's put away in style. That's 4 more. She's finishing this game in a canter. She's struck 3 boundaries in this over. Very expensive one. 16 off it. Of corner 34 completed, 194 for 4. And Sri Lanka beating the mighty West Indies with what you said, like you said, almost 15 overs to spare. It's a huge victory, and they haven't chased down a small score. 195 is a decent score. It has been a match-winning score, in the past. On any day, if you bowl well, things can turn around. Oh, big one through mid-wicket. Finishing off in style indeed. This time De Silva. 4 runs, and this is a real crash in for West Indies. They win by 6 wickets. More importantly, they have won in the 35th over, so 15 overs to spare. And this is a West Indies team that whitewashed Pakistan in Pakistan as well before they came to Sri Lanka. So it was an informed West Indies team, and Sri Lanka have really outperformed, and it's been a splendid performance right from the start. Winning the toss, selecting to field first. Atapattu was confident that she has the bowlers to restrict West Indies, and they did so in style, bowling them out for 195. And right from ball number 1 in that run chase, both Gunaratne, Atapattu, Hasini Pereira, Samara Vikram and Nilakshya De Silva, all the batters have just gone after the West Indies bowling, got their runs in quick time, and ensured a comfortable, much needed victory for Sri Lanka by 6 wickets.
Well said, Ricky, and very well summed up. Emphatic victory for Sri Lanka. And that stroke was the icing on the cake by Nilakshya De Silva. A resounding victory to kick off this series. And you get crucial women's championship points in the bag. And now you can start counting down your road to the World Cup next year. Sri Lanka now require 4 wins out of their next 5 games to guarantee a spot in the World Cup. That will mean a lot to this team, a lot to Sri Lanka cricket as well. Kudos to Sri Lanka cricket and the team for delivering on the big stage against world-class opposition. Let's not forget the West Indies are world champions in T20 cricket, have a brilliant track record in ODI cricket as well. They're going up against the likes of Stephanie Taylor, Hayley Matthews, household names in women's cricket. So yes, the best possible start for Sri Lanka.
Yes, sir. Sri Lanka won the toss, selected to field first, bowled out West Indies for 195 in 47.1 overs. Hayley Matthews looked good. So did Taylor until she was run out. Campbell played well for 27. Not much to talk about. Dasanayaka Surangika 3 for 29 of 9 overs. She was brilliant. Kavisha Dillari 3 for 41. Wicket apiece for Kulasuri and Atapattu, and chasing down that target. Samara Vikrama 44 not out. Hasini Pereira 43. Vishmi Gunaratne 40. Atapattu 38. It was Fleshett with 2 for 31 and Alien with 2 for 22. There were 2 wicket takers for West Indies. Sri Lanka winning by 6 wickets.